Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider, a USC student who uses walking to fight her medical issues starts a campus movement. And then, a USC alumna shares her story reporting on the war in Ukraine. Plus, the Lady Gamecocks in her March Madness. We'll tell you where to see them. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Josie Frost. Our top story today, the House budget debate began this week, proposing a $1 billion spending plan affecting many areas across the state. Here now with more on that is Jack Wolfe. Jack?
That's right, Josie. The budget debate in the House began early this week. They're discussing a $13.8 billion spending plan for bridges, state employee raises, and more money for teachers. The Conservative Freedom Caucus is planning to propose amendments that would take away funding from multiple programs. These include diversity, equality, and inclusion efforts in higher education, plus taking away money from Planned Parenthood. Not only that, but the proposal would prevent the state from giving funds to lobbyists. The proposal by the Freedom Caucus would also charge abortion similar to murder. This would lead to sentences of 30 years in prison up to the death penalty. Back to you, Josie.
Thanks, Jack. The Gamecock community gathered together yesterday to meet with a university alumni who covered the Ukrainian war for the Washington Post. Isabel Kershunden spoke on her experience of getting this far in her career and how she felt obligated to tell human stories on why Ukraine should be important to Americans. The crowd was filled with more faculty than students. However, Kershunden was able to make lighthearted jokes to keep her crowd engaged. Students at the event all agreed what brought them there was class assignments.
We're required to come to one event about Europe, and I came to this one. Writing your reporting class, Dr. Smith requires for us to come to at least 4 extra credit events, so I thought this one would be fun.
This was the third event of the Ukraine series that the School of Journalism has held. If you want to learn more on this matter, the next event will be on April 13th. In sports, Dawn Staley's squad begins their march to Dallas as the Lady Gamecocks start the NCAA tournament play against Norfolk State. Tip-off is set for 2 p.m. on Friday over at the Colonial Life Arena. After finishing the regular season undefeated and taking back their crown as SEC champions, the Lady Gamecocks enter the tournament as the #1 overall seed for the second straight year in a row. Walking is a way to get from place to place on campus, but for college student Sailor Ireland, it's become her form of exercise due to medical limitations. But she's not letting it hold her back, and her inspiration has motivated other girls on campus. Carolina Insider's Rachel Carter has the story.
I have orthostatic hypotension, which means my blood pressure drops a lot, but my heart races. It's very hard to do normal things without feeling super dizzy or like I'm gonna faint, and I can't work out like other people.
Cardiologist Jim Fuller explains the important role exercise plays in maintaining a healthy heart.
If you're in a hurry to meet Jesus, just sit on your fat ass and they'll let you to the front of the bus. Aerobic exercise is critical to maintain a healthy heart, avoid heart attacks and strokes.
One of the few exercises Sailor can perform is walking. She says this is what inspired her to create Carolina Girls Who Walk, alongside her co-founder, Augusta Roach.
Through my condition that I have, I figured that walking was the only workout I can do where I wouldn't feel like I was going to faint. So I was like, why not make a walking club for girls?
The club meets twice a week, walking between 2 and 3 miles each meeting, with around 20 girls participating in each walk. Jada Furtick explains why she joined the organization.
I'm always on campus, but I like to be active as well. So, meeting a group of girls who like to be active.
While Sailor has already used her personal testimony to create a positive impact on campus, she hopes to further spread awareness about those living with heart disease.
We're working on finding a heart condition organization this month to do a 5K with, and if not, we're going to host our own walk in honor of those with heart conditions. This month means a lot to me because it helps people recognize what people with heart conditions go through.
For Carolina Insider, I am Rachel Carter. That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here Friday.